These Rock Band downloadable content reviews are done by Xygni and Finished Cookie.
Debaser!
You'd probably like the guitar on Debaser if you like the song, in general. There's a lot of chords and there's a lot of the triplet things you do and then fast strumming at the end. I'm going to give it a 5. You probably would rate it higher if you liked the song better than I did.
I really enjoyed Debaser. It's fun, it's fast, it's energetic, and there's some really fun drum rolls on the snare, and it changes a lot. It's just a really good song overall. It's almost as much fun to play on drums as it is to sing. I'm gonna give it an 8.
Tame! The song Tame kind of scares me, and the guitar is kind of bad. There's a lot of blank spaces with guitar, and then the rest is just chords. And I'm going to give this a 2, I'm sorry.
Okay, I always knew that the Pixies were a weird band, but this pretty much put the icing on the cake for me, and makes me think that at least Black Francis needs some kind of psychiatric help. But anyway, the song is pretty fun. It's got some weird hi-hat rolls, and you have to hit the snare too. And it's fast enough to keep you interested, so I'm going to give it a 7.5. My god, I'm bleeding!
This song kind of went from slow to fast. I mean, like, really fast. And so if you like fast strumming, you might enjoy the second half of this song. But, fast strumming isn't my piece of pie. So I'm going to give it a 3.
Really, this whole song is a lot of fun. And it kind of gets a little bit repetitive, but the main verse part is fun enough that it doesn't get, boring. So I'm going to give it a 7.5. Here Comes Your Man.
Here Comes Your Man really never got boring for me. And it was pretty fun with little hammer-on sections that you'd have in there. And there was a solo, and it wasn't really that fun, but it was a solo. So I'm going to give this song a 6.
Here Comes Your Man is pretty much the epitome of an average song. It changes around enough to keep it kind of interesting, but there isn't anything out of the ordinary or that much fun. There's some decent drum fills, but I'm gonna give it a 5. Dead.
I actually didn't get bored with this song like I did some of the other Pixies songs. The 2-note hammer-on things, they make the song more challenging, makes it more interesting so you don't, kill yourself. I'm gonna give it a 5.
This is another song by the Pixies that's really unique. You basically replace the hi-hat with the crash cymbal through the entire song, which is pretty fun, and there's a lot of weird bass pedal tom combinations that make it interesting. I'm gonna give it a 7. Everybody's got something to hide except for me and my monkey gone to heaven.
I didn't really like the guitar to this song. And it was kind of boring at parts. There was parts that wasn't even a guitar. But there was kind of a solo that wasn't a solo, and it sounded cool. I don't know. I'm going to give it a 4.
This is another pretty average song, but it changes around enough to make it at least a bit decent. And it really threw me off towards the end, because this is one of the songs that I haven't heard before on this album, where he started screaming, "God, a 7!" It really freaked me out, so watch out for that. I'm gonna give it a 5. Mr. Grieves?
Mr. Grieves is probably one of my favorite Pixies songs that came out this week. Just because it's kind of catchy, and there's some fast strumming that I had some problems with. But the end of the song is pretty cool, so I'm going to give this song a 7.
The best part of Mr. Grieves is this part right here where it goes. It's pretty cool. And the rest of the song is really fun too, especially at the beginning where you kind of play these weird bongo things. Anyway, I'm going to give it a 7.5. Crackity Jones!
Crackity Jones is only about 93 seconds, but it's really kind of crazy, and it's too short of a song to become annoying. And I kind of liked it, so I'm going to give it a 6.
Crackity Jones is an alright song, and I love saying Crackity Jones, by the way. Anyway, it's you kind of do the same thing through the whole song, and it's only a minute and a half long. But it's fun while it lasts, so I'm going to at least give it a 6. La La Love You.
This song on guitar was kind of funky, and I didn't really I didn't really get annoyed by it or anything. I kind of liked it. Wasn't that bad, so I'm gonna give it a 5.
This song is pretty fun. It's got some fun stuff going on with the hi-hat, and the snare was like doom doom which is fun. And there's also a part where you have to do a drum roll pretty quickly, and it's a lot of fun. So I'm gonna give it a 7. Number 13, baby.
I didn't really like number 13, baby. This song is just really repetitive, I thought. And there's this like green red like shrill that you do, and it confuses the hell out of me. So I'm gonna give this song a 3.
Number 13, Baby is another one of those songs that isn't necessarily bad, but there's not enough variety, or it's not fast enough to be entertaining. So I'm gonna give it a 3. Oh, there goes my gun.
The blue note in the very beginning of this song is very shrill, and it'll make your ears bleed. And the solo is about the only good part of the song, so I'm gonna give it a 3.
This song is a lot of fun. It's really different from anything else. It's got this weird beginning part that goes it's got some weird rolls on the hi-hat that go pretty slow, but there's some bass in there. It makes it pretty complicated and a lot of fun. I'm gonna give it a 7.5. Hey.
I like this song on guitar because the beginning kind of like was southern and, you know, funkadelic. I don't know. It was awesome. And the rest of the song wasn't too bad. Like, there's an orange red that kind of got on your nerves. But overall, I'm going to give it a 6, probably. Yes, a 6. Howdy do.
Hey is a pretty average song, much like a couple of the other songs on Doolittle. But the thing that really made it stand out for me was this weird roll on the ride cymbal, and you switch over to the crash every once in a while, which was kind of fun. So I'm going to give it a 5.5. Sliver. Oh, wait, no, it's Silver. Silver.
I like the guitar in this song just because it sounded weird, but I'm sure you could say it got a little repetitive after a while. I'm gonna give it a 4.5.
Christ, where do I start with this song? Okay, this is a nice sounding song, I guess, but it is so boring on the drums. It's like more boring than watching paint dry. You only hit one thing. When you get 100% on drums, you only get like 20,000 points because the song is like freaking 2 minutes long, and there's only one note you play. It makes me so angry that this song is on Rock Band that I can give it nothing but a 1. I've got nothing.
Gouge Away is... I don't know. It's hard enough doing 15-second reviews for this guitar, and then, 17 songs. That's gonna blow my mind. I'm just gonna give it a 4. God!
There's really nothing that fun about Gouge Away, and the song isn't that great in my opinion either, so it doesn't make for a good experience. There's a couple of quick little drum rolls on the red drum, and that's all you get for fills, really, so I'm gonna give it a 2. Dreamin'.
I like this song, but I don't really think guitar was its strong point here. I'm sorry, Weezer. I love you, but I didn't really like this song guitar. I'm gonna give it a 3.5.
Dreamin' is a really boring song that would be completely intolerable if it weren't for the fact that the song itself is kind of fun to listen to. And definitely my favorite part was this. Yeah, there's a lot of that. So I'm just gonna give it a 2. I'm the freaking greatest man that ever lived.
Even though this song is, like, amazing, there was a lot of blank spaces with guitar, and when you did play guitar, some of it was fun, but some of it was just kind of old, you know, like you've done it before, so I'm going to give this song a 4.
I really enjoyed The Greatest Man That Ever Lived. It's pretty fun. There's this weird military-style drum roll going on that's a lot of fun, as well as toward the end, some stuff on the hi-hat and the snare, which is something that I haven't seen before, so I'm going to give it a 7.5. My god, there are so many songs.
With Troublemaker, most of the song was repetitive, and it wasn't really, I didn't really like it that much on guitar. I'm gonna give it a 3.
I really don't like this song, and it makes me wish that the Red album sounded a lot more like Pinkerton, and it kind of makes me sad to hear this song because the lyrics are so terrible. But it's better than Dreamin' on drums. The drums they change around enough to make it interesting, so I'm going to give it a 3.